Hi guys, welcome back to my channel, Lady Survival here. So, I have another beginner's guide tutorial thing that I wasn't necessarily expecting to make, but on my last one when I created a Night Elf Hunter with you guys and I was saying to pick the normal starting zone, not Exiles Reach, so we went to Shadow Glen for the Night Elves, and I was informed that if you're a brand new character on a brand new account and you've never made a character before, you actually have to quest through Exiles Reach for the first time. So you're not able to choose the normal race starting zone until you've completed Exiles Reach at least once, I've been informed. So today I am going to make a brand new character with you guys and quest through Exiles Reach. I won't be going over everything that I did in my last video, such as the user interface, movement. So if you want to know about the user interface and movement and questing and how to pick up a quest, head over to my other video. I'll put it, I forget which corner, one of these corners, I'll put a link to my other video so you can learn more about user interface and movement and like the actual beginner's guide stuff. But this video will just kind of be a playthrough, kind of quest alongside with me going through Exiles Reach. I've only ever gone to Exiles Reach once, and it was a few years ago, and I didn't enjoy it, so I don't really know a whole lot about it, so I'm kind of on board with you guys. Like, if you're new and if you're going through Exiles Reach for the first time, I am with you. We're gonna kind of experience and see what it's like for a beginner, so let's dive into it. Alright, so here we are on the character select screen. I'm going to be making a new character. I think I'm going to make a Blood Elf Mage because we did a Night Elf already, and my next favorite is Blood Elves. So we're going to go ahead, I'm just turning my sound down, it's a little bit loud for me. So we're going to make a Blood Elf Mage because that would be my next favorite, and then that way we've done a Horde and an Alliance character. So I'm just going to go ahead and zoom through the character creation. Okay, perfect. And I already know what I'm going to name her. She is going to be Exiled Noob because I feel like we're being exiled to Exiles Reach. So let's go ahead, hop in. Here we are, Exiles Reach, like I was saying in my last video. I always recommend to do the actual race starting zone, but if you're new and if you're being forced to do this, or if you just want to do it but want someone to quest along with you, that's what we're doing. We got WoW Noob and Exiled Noob. Let's start. Exiles Reach is basically like a little tutorial ground. I'm kind of nervous.
You are a soldier of the
little cutscene.
A disparate band of races united in their pursuit of freedom, honor, and glory. A Horde expedition sent to explore an uncharted island has recently gone missing.
At least it's a cool ship. That's good.
As a bold new recruit, you have joined a rescue mission departing from Orgrimmar. Nice. Find the lost expedition members and bring them home. For the Horde.
For the Horde. Okay. So, this is kind of nice in terms of it's sort of like we're going to be going over some stuff that I went over in my video, but we have some actual visuals. So position your hands onto WASD in your spacebar, and we got our mouse. Awesome, we're good. I'm going to close out of some of my add-ons that I don't need. Going to move our damage meter. Okay, on the details, and gosh, gotta go into edit. Oh, can't even go into edit mode. You guys might have remembered from my last tutorial. I know you can't really see it too well, but we got our character portrait down here and our target over here. I can't stand it. I want it to be the classic, you know, up top. I feel like I can't see anything down there. Like, I'm not used to looking down there for my targets. But anyways, we're going to suffer through it. So we're going to go ahead and pick up our first quest, interacting with the NPC, warming up. We're nearing the island where the Horde's last expedition was lost. You need to be prepared for what's out there. Warm up on these combat dummies. Show me your strength. Okay, we have a little glow around the accept. Okay, we're going to be testing out as a mage. We have Frostbolt, so we're just going to go ahead and press 1, start casting on these guys. Just got to take one of them down. Super easy, as you can see on the side here. 1 practice combat on a training dummy. Boom. Good. You've kept training since we set sail. I need to speak with the crew about this storm. Spar with Throg. He will assess your skills and decide on your role once we make landfall. Okay, complete quest. You've gained experience. So down here we have our experience bar. I actually forgot to mention the experience bar in my last video. I added a little note on it, but yeah, this is where any experience you gain, you'll see it here until, as you see right now, we're 240 out of 250, so we're super close to leveling up. Let's grab our next quest. Stand your ground. Loktar, nothing quite like a good fight in the rain. We will spar together and take the measure of your strength. Alright, we're going to have a little dueling scenario here. Strike first and strike hard. Okay, we're going to be casting our Frostbolt again with number 1. And we'll just keep spamming it. Always face your enemy. That was good. That was some quick movement. Level 2. Okay, you show promise, mage. Perhaps you too will find glory on the island. Nice. Okay, another quest from Grunt Throg. Brace for impact. Well fought, exiled noob. That name, though. You bring strength and honor to the horde. Now we just... Wait, did you hear that? Oh, snap, you guys. There's some crazy stuff. Whoa, it got dark. We better be prepared. Okay, what's going on? Brace for impact. This ship won't make it on the island in one piece. Hold on to something and pray that the elements will spare us from a grim death at the sea.
Don't let your guard down.
Wow. We're coming in. We're making landfall here. Oh no! Oh no! Oh god. That's not what you want. Wow. Okay. So obviously we're on the Horde side right now. The Alliance side, I think, was the only time that I did quest through Exiles Reach was on Alliance. So obviously it's a very similar starting zone thing, starting scenario. You're just on an Alliance ship with different characters. And now we have landed onto Exiles Reach. It's a little island. And yeah, so where even is our mini-map? I guess we don't have a mini-map yet. Okay, so we're going to pick up our next quest. Murloc Mania. The shore is littered with shipwrecks. This must be where the lost expedition crashed. We cannot begin our search until our soldiers are healed. There is no honor in leaving the fallen behind. Our medical supplies were stolen by Murlocs. Slay the pests and recover our first aid kits. So we gotta go recover 6 first aid kits from Murlocs. So this is kind of a gathering quest.
Don't fight too many Murlocs at once.
Okay. So yes, Murlocs are very dangerous in packs. We're just gonna start killing all of these Murlocs. It's super easy as a mage, just literally just casting Frostbolt until we get our next ability. As you can see, we just had a tip. You can see that these are lootable, so you can just right click to loot. Oh, and also, as you can see right now, I have to manually loot. In my last video, we went over turning on auto loot. So if you press escape and go into options, you can then go into controls and check off auto loot. And that's a super, super handy one. Then you don't have to worry about manually looting everything. And these mobs, I'm trying to give like some tips as we go. I know that I went over a lot of this in my last video, but in case you didn't watch that one and you're just watching this one, I'll kind of go over a few things too. So yellow targets like this won't attack you unless you attack them. Thank God, because Murlocs can be very intense. Usually you'll run in, I made a post. I have a Murloc onesie, it's actually on my chair. And I made a post on Instagram of me wearing it, and I talked about how Murlocs will just swarm up on you. So thankfully these ones don't just attack. As you can see, it kind of canceled my cast because I wasn't facing the target. So always make sure you're facing your target like we learned on the boat. Okay, how many more? Boom, okay, we got all 6 of our first aid kits. We're gonna run on back to our quest giver here. Emergency first aid. We must treat our wounded before we can begin searching for the missing expedition. Take this first aid kit and tend to the survivors. The horde leaves no one behind. Alright, so we're going to be getting a first aid kit, and we can use it on a few characters that are down here. Okay, so we got this one. As you can see, there's a glow, and on Retail WoW, they've made it so that, as you can see when I run up, it pops up where we can just use the item. In Classic WoW, or before they added that, you would have to click on the target and manually click on the quest item, which is usually over here on the side or in your inventory. But it is actually pretty handy that they made it so that you can just click on them. Okay, oh, they're all right here. I don't know why you don't have a mini-map. I guess, is that just a feature with Exiles Reach? I feel disoriented without the mini-map, but they're probably trying to not overwhelm you with too much stuff. Okay, we healed up everyone. We're back on our feet. Now let's move. The lost expedition is somewhere on this island. Complete. Finding the lost expedition. I saw a fire to the north of us. We're going to see if it was started by someone from the expedition. You're the newest of our recruits, so you're staying with me. Come, we move north. Search the nearby camp for expedition survivors. So hungry. They took everyone else. I be the last one. Boom. Cooking meat. This is Wansa, a shaman who was with the expedition. She is dying of starvation, a death unfit for the horde. Slay some of the nearby wildlife for their meat and cook it over the fire. Wansa can tell us what happened to the missing expedition after she eats. Just killing some goats. Just casting Frostbolt. I don't know when we get our first. Let's check. Spellbook. Oh my gosh. Never mind. I'm a noob. Guys, I'm the noob. I'm so used to Retail WoW just putting our stuff down. We actually have been getting some abilities. I'm surprised. Is that normal for Exiles Reach? I feel like they would usually like put it down on your bar and be like, hey, this is new. I feel like that's kind of odd. But anyways, we do have a couple more abilities. I was like, this is weird. I feel like by now. So we have a Fire Blast, which is a instant cast and a 12-second cooldown. And then we have Frost Nova, which will freeze them up. So let's go test this. Let's go be crazy. Let's like round a couple up. See, we got all these guys. Boom. They have all been locked up. And you can use the tab key to switch between different targets as well. And then you'll also see, I haven't looted this guy yet, but you'll be able to loot all of them all at once with the AoE auto looting. As long as the bodies are close enough together. As you can see, it picked up everything. So we can just click on it. You see a little glowing hand here. Wansa quickly eats the meat that you cooked. Looks I'm not going to be knocking on Wansamdi's door after all. You best hurry. The Quilboar took Shuja and the... the troll, the way that the trolls talk, I can't take it seriously. Took Shuja and the rest of that expedition. Okay, let's go. Wansa said the Quilboar have kidnapped the missing expedition, including my daughter. The Quilboar will kill you if you're not prepared. They're much smarter and deadlier than Murlocs. I won't see you die by their hands. We're going to spar one last time. When we are done, you will cleave a path straight through the Quilboar. Yeah, we fightin' this warlord. Oh, she's specifically wanting me to do stuff. Okay, I see. Okay, enhanced combat tactics. You're ready to slaughter the Quilboar. Let's speak to Wansa and see what she knows. The Quilboar kidnapped the rest of the expedition and took them north. They say they're gonna use the expedition for some sort of sacrifice. You gotta head north as fast as you can to stop them. Okay, we are going forward. I'm gonna check my spellbook again. Yeah, okay, cool, we got Blink. I'm gonna also add some action bars. So if you press escape and go into the options, action bars, and I'm just going to open a couple action bars up so that I have some more spots for a lot of my stuff. I already have a few key bindings already kind of set up. I have one that's perfect for Blink. I'm going to move it up here. It makes it so that while I'm running, I can hold shift and scroll forward on the mouse wheel, and it will just move me forward. In my last video with my hunter, we got disengage, which allows you to jump backwards, and I have that set up to holding shift down and scrolling backwards. So it's kind of like disengage is scroll back, and then blink is forward on a mage. Northbound, I have good news and most unfortunate news. Ooh, we have 2 quests. It's insulting that we have to deal with these Quilboar. They'll soon face the full might of the Horde. Down with the Quilboar. I've discovered that the Quilboar are performing a necromantic ritual on a survivor from the missing expedition. The ritual is being performed by the tribe's leader, Geolord Grekog. Slay Grekog and save the survivor. Show this brute that the Horde is not to be trifled with. Forbidden Quilboar necromancy. Quilboar are savage and violent. I had thought the practice of necromancy beyond them. Obviously, we cannot allow them to continue their rituals, and certainly not on members of the Horde. Slay the Quilboar in the den. They must learn the fatal error of their ways. And we got some gloves as a reward. So we got 2 quests basically to kill some Quilboar and then to kind of kill a leader of the Quilboar. As I'm sure you guys can probably see, I definitely use tab a lot. It's not often that I specifically click on a target. I just always use the tab key. It's just a lot more natural with where your hands are sitting on the keyboard to do that. Okay, so we're on our way. I'm trying to get closer to the boss because we only need 1 more of the Quilboar, and I don't want to kill too many extra just because that's just extra work. See, there's some crazy stuff going on over here. He's got like a little goblin that he's tormenting over here. All right, Geolord Grekog. Boom. A fine job. The Quilboar seem to be keeping their distance. Perhaps they learned their lesson. And then we got some new gloves. I'm actually going to check my bag. I'm going to open my bag with B and C. I'm just holding shift while kind of comparing some stuff. It looks like this is a little better. Wow. Upgrade from the robe. This one is better. And this one too. You can see that they're both only 1 armor, but it shows that these other ones have a stronger durability of 30 out of 30 instead of 25 out of 25. So they're slightly better, so we'll put them on.
Ready to make some gold?
You sure got some guts. I respect that. I joined this expedition thinking it'd be a quick and easy way to make a little profit. But now with all this necromancy and crazy ogres, maybe I can make a lot of profit.
I'll be seeing you
Okay,
later.
the Choppy Booster MK5. You're looking for Shuja Grimax, right? Gotta tell you, she's kinda intense. Always going on about using her own strength to get ahead. But you're in luck, because I'm the one goblin who can help you find her and the rest of the expedition. Feast your eyes on this fancy device here. Stole it off a gnome, improved on it, and made it my own. I call it the Choppy Booster MK5. Use it to find Shuja and the others. Alright, where is this thing even at? Am I blind? Oh, okay. There we go. Just resizing it. Cool. Alright, so this is a vehicle. Sometimes you'll get a quest where you get to go in something and like go fly up in the sky and kill stuff or shoot at stuff in some way. So we're gonna right click to jump in. And this one looks like it's just gonna fly us around. So I'm not doing it. It's automatic. And then we have a little talking head here. So we're kind of scouting the land. Shuja Grimax. Oh snap. How cinematic. As you can see also in the normal starting zones you don't really get like cinematic stuff like this. It's a lot more you know, like in the more recent years they've done a lot more of that kind of like actual story stuff and more talking heads and everything. Alright, time to bend some rules and make a giant boar. Resizing the situation. I call this gadget the resizer. It's what I use to unshrink the Choppy Booster MK5. Look, I'm gonna be honest, I got at best a passing understanding of how this thing works. That means I'm gonna be pushing a lot of buttons to see what happens. I'm sure we'll figure out how to upsize one of these boars, then we'll use it to trample those undead goons. You hold the resizer while I fiddle with it, then just press the button and hope for the best. Go ahead and right click. See what happens. A mini one. Whoa. So the giant boar was a fool's errand, and you turned the device into a weapon instead? Good work. Let's see if you can pull this off. We are level 6. I'm going to check my spell book again. Okay, so we have Conjure Refreshment, which means that we can make some food, and then Arcane Explosion. So we'll pull that down too. The Arcane Explosion is a AoE attack, area of effect. The Redeather. I got the perfect plan. You're going to ride the Choppy Booster MK5 and blast those walking cadavers from the sky. I hereby dub the Resizer the Redeather. We're going to show them where the undead belong. Except for our undead. They're totally fine. Anyway, hop on the Choppy Booster MK5 and I'll pilot it. Once we save Shuja Grimaxe, we'll blast our way to all the other survivors. Okay, so as you guys can see, there's like a little special action bar that's popped up. That usually happens if you're on a vehicle of some kind, so we're just using the new ability that we got, the number 1 ability. Usually when you're in a vehicle, you're like way overpowered. You'll be like riding a dragon or something and just mass killing stuff like that. Woo! Alright, we're killing another kind of boss guy here.
My strength was not enough. Shuja, the Horde is strong, not when we fight alone, but when we stand united.
We're learning about unity.
Tell me what's happened.
Thank you, stranger. I failed the Horde. I was not strong enough to stop this threat on my own. We got a new staff, too.
They're about to start a ritual that will
Oh, no.
already begun. And when we band together, the Horde can conquer.
Got your character in the little cutscene.
We will
Stocking up on supplies. Provisioner Jin Hake managed to recover some other supplies from the shipwreck. I want you to see if he has anything you could use before we move to stop these rituals. Okay, purchase any item. Okay, so we kind of have a little tutorial on vendors and stuff. So we're going to right click to interact. And let's buy some jerky and a Horde tabard. Why not? So we just right click to purchase those items. So the jerky, you're able to eat, and the Horde tabard we're just going to put on. Very styling. We're also going to talk to him again. Any gray items we can just go ahead and sell. Oh, I didn't even know that that was part of it too. We were supposed to sell something. And then we're going to sell any old gear that isn't an upgrade. We'll hold on to the food that we bought, because why not?
put an end to
Stocking
these
up on
rituals.
supplies. I hope you have what you need. Throg found this bag nearby and thought you might have use of it. We get a little backpack. How very nice.
For the Horde.
Now we have some more bag space. And what is next? Oh, a quest over here? The Harpy problem. You have my thanks for saving me, exiled noob. I swear to not show such weakness again. The ogres are planning to sacrifice the rest of the expedition to fuel the ritual that will raise the dragon. It seems one of the survivors was taken to the hills north of here. Bo scouted ahead to investigate. Come, we'll see what he has found. I have found the missing member of the expedition, but we have many problems to deal with first. The Harpies seem to be in league with the ogres. Many of them are gathering to attack our camp. We must thin their numbers and thwart their attempts to eliminate us. Perhaps they will learn it is best to leave the horde be. We gotta kill 10 harpies. Purge the totems. The harpies have placed vile totems throughout the area to attain more power. We must destroy those totems in order to debilitate our foes. Take this torch and burn any totems you see. It is wise to weaken one's enemy before the fight even begins. Okay, so we got 2 quests. There's a third one over here too. The rescue of Herbert Gloomburst. The Harpies plan to sacrifice the expedition's mage, a forsaken by the name of Herbert Gloomburst. Our foes seek to use this vile necromancy even on the undead. Herbert's ethics are questionable, but he always strives to serve the horde. We'll need his magic to stop the ogres. Let's move. Alright, so we got a rescue mission. We're gonna burn some totems and kill some harpies. So this guy is like a rare spawn. Usually I swear they have like a silver dragon around them. Around their like portrait. But he should give us a lot of experience. If that's a thing in Exiles Reach, we're gonna see. And he'll probably drop something kind of good like gear or something. Die! Okay, it didn't give us a bunch of experience, but it did give us another backpack, it looks like. Usually when you find rare spawns out in the real world, it'll give you a lot of experience. Ooh, and a level up. Die. I'm gonna check my spellbook again. Counterspell. Counters the enemy's spellcast, preventing any spell from that school of magic from being casted for 5 seconds. We'll just throw that right here. Okay, we just need a couple more of these harpy things. There's also a chest. As you can see, it's glowing. So let's grab that too by right-clicking. And we got some healing potions. I'm going to put these healing potions on my action bar in case we need to heal. Okay, alright, we found our little undead friend. I have a feeling something bad is going to happen. Isn't this ironic? The Harpies were just discussing using me as bait to capture more members of the Horde, and now you've come strolling up here. By the way, they're going to attack you at any moment. I'll fight the Harpies that come. Can you use your magic to break free? Okay, we got some Harpies up on us here. And our other friend. Maybe there's going to be like a ton of them. They're like, you don't fight alone, but we're also just gonna stand here. Something big. Oh, snap. It's Bloodbeak. As you guys can see, he was like casting something on the ground. It's generally good to step out of that stuff. It probably wouldn't hurt that much at this low of a level, but it's good practice to not.
Power comes through focus.
Okay. The Harpies seem to be retreating to their roosts. That should give us some time to stop the ogres.
Take care of
The Harpies grow weaker with their totems destroyed. Let us hope they realize the Horde is a force to be reckoned with. We got a new belt, it looks like. Thanks for the save. They must be desperate for sacrifices if they wanted to use someone who's already dead. If anyone is going to drain my life essence to use it in a forbidden ritual, it's going to be me. Hell yeah. Love the undead. Message to base. Perhaps my mother was right. Together we stood against the Harpies and claimed victory. Let us return to camp with Herbert in tow. We're one step closer towards thwarting the ogres and their plans to revive that dragon. We have a new belt, so we're going to equip that by right-clicking. I think that there was something else. No, I'm crazy. There was nothing else. I think it's the next reward, maybe. Or I'm just crazy. Yeah, no, it is the next reward. I was like, where did I see that? It is good to see you all back in one piece. You are a testament to the Horde's strength of will. Let's hope Gloomburst is as powerful as he is unhinged. Okay, let's put these legs on. And then we may as well, just for the habit of it, you don't always have to sell, but let's just go ahead and sell some stuff. Get rid of all of these gray items. Area looting. Weren't we already doing that? Is that because I turned on auto loot? I don't know. I think that we were already doing that. A mage's knowledge. You've got some good spells for a novice mage. There are a few things holding you back though. For instance, it's absolutely clear to me you don't know Polymorph. If you did, you would have been using it on the Harpies that were attacking us. Let's fix that. My spellbook has details on how to cast it, but my captors threw it into the nearby lake. Grab it for me, would you? Oh, and don't look through the book beforehand. You will almost certainly regret it if you do. Or it's over there. We'll grab that when we come back. We're going to get this book from the water and learn how to polymorph. Hopefully my book isn't too damaged from sitting at the bottom of the lake. Perfect. The page for polymorph is smudged, but a little guesswork never stopped me from figuring out a new spell. It'll be quick for me to show you how to cast this properly. Here's an example. All right, we are now a sheep. I can't send you off without making sure you can cast polymorph correctly. Why, if you messed it up, you may transform someone into something completely different. I want to make sure I'm around to take notes if that happens. Let's see. Throg will do nicely. I can spot a prime test subject from a mile away. Shall we begin? Okay, I'm ready to practice polymorph. Oh man, you guys, I keep forgetting to check my thing. Okay,
I know this tactic.
There.
You keep one foe polymorph while you focus on the other. Hitting your enemy will break the
Wow.
spell. Attack Herbert to get him back to normal.
Okay, let's get him back to normal. While we're in here, we also have Arcane Intellect, which is a buff that we can put on ourselves. We'll pull that down. It basically just increases your intellect, and then you can see it up here. So intellect increased by 5% for 60 minutes. So you can put that on yourself or on other players too. Okay, you got the hang of polymorph. Make sure to use it whenever you're faced with more than one foe. Westward bound. Warlord Grimax wants us to search west of here for the site of the next ritual. We could use your help. I've already died once. It's not an experience I'd care to repeat. A giant pit filled with necrotic energy and spiders. I used to hate spiders. Now that I'm Forsaken, I don't think they're all that bad. They will still definitely kill you though. Who lurks in the pit? There's a whole lot of necrotic energy coming from this pit. I'm guessing a ritual is being performed down there, and that means a sacrifice. Do you hear that? I've got the best hearing around, ever since I got this new ear sewn onto me. It sounds like there are some more of our soldiers trapped down there, probably all webbed up. Wansaw and I will stay up here and help anyone who gets out. You should jump in and rescue anyone who is left down there. Wow, well thank you. I get to go in the spider cave? How very nice. Big old spiders. I hate spiders in real life. Does anyone else hate spiders? I couldn't even imagine. I was talking to my husband about it. Like, imagine, you know how we have, like, other stuff like bears and, like, mountain lions or, like, sharks? Like, those are big animals that exist that we have to, like, deal with sometimes. Imagine if spiders were just huge. Like, just what if that was a reality? Like, we just, like, you know, it's like, oh shit, there's, like, a giant bear-sized spider in my house. That'd be scary. Like, I'm so glad that that's not really a thing. And I'm glad I don't live in Australia because, whew, spider this big is scary. Just a little tiny baby. So as you can see, there is these spider webs that we're destroying to free some people. Sometimes you'll get a spider web quest like that where you have to attack it to break it open. But this one you get to click on it to break it open. Defeat Hearn to rescue Krenna, Earth's daughter. So as you can see, it kind of automatically gave us like a follow-up quest. So we don't have to go back up and come all the way back down. We're able to just kind of keep going. Wow, some crazy ritual stuff going on in here. We're gonna drink our healing potion that we have here. Just cause, why not? We're never gonna use it again, I bet. Ooh, we're getting a little ride from a druid out of here. Another player! And they're also a mage. And they look like me. I'm gonna wave to them.
You're seeing the spiders we trolls be dealing with? You're not
She has clicked on me. Hello. We look the same. Haha. Okay, who lurks in the pit? Krenna, Earth Daughter, will be vital to our cause. Her connection to nature will help us understand what the ogres have done to this island. Good work, recruit. Yeah, lol. To Darkmaul Citadel. The last remaining survivor is being held within the Ogre's Citadel. Krenna and Hebert have a plan to get us inside. A small group of us will gather up north. You're coming with us. If we fail here, the ogres will raise the dragon from the dead, and we won't let that happen. Pushing forward. I think we're getting near to the end. I think that we get to kill like a boss thing and then like do a dungeon or something like that, if I remember right. It's kind of taking longer than I remembered. I think I've been filming for about like an hour, so it's like roughly probably an hour altogether to get through this. It's not horrible. I just would prefer to start in the race starting zone, and this definitely isn't how I would always want to start. At least there's like variety. Like if you make different races, you can start somewhere different. But like every time you made a new character, if you came here, it would be this exact thing every time. Darkmaul Citadel looms ahead. Herbert's proposed plan is unconventional. Right beneath their eyes. We need to get into Darkmaul Citadel, rescue the last survivor, and stop the ogre necromancer behind all of this. Herbert and Krenna are going to cast a spell on you to make you look like an ogre, and then you're going to take us in as your prisoners. We do not have the strength to launch a full-scale assault, so this will have to do. Speak with Herbert when you're ready. Alright, this will be fun. Alright, make me an ogre. Fun. Let's become an ogre. Hot. Look at this. Look at all these prisoners. Oh yeah, hella sacrifices. We're gonna go wave to homeboy. Do I have to literally wave? I'm gonna do it anyways. Type /wave. It worked. Yeah, so any emotes like that, you can type like /wave, /dance, /laugh, all of that kind of stuff. Oh, type /dance. Is that happening right here? Yup. We're dancing.
It won't be enough. We need to end the spell.
Okay, we're just not an ogre anymore. There may just be a way that we can save Warlord Thunderwalker. Trolling their stones. Warlord Thunderwalker won't last much longer. Soon his life essence will be completely drained. Gorgroth mentioned that they are keeping him captive through the use of ward stones. I want you to recover these ward stones and bring them here so we can release Thunderwalker. Another quest. Like ogres to the slaughter. This is worse than I thought. The ogres were counting on us to stage a rescue attempt. It seems that they plan to attack our camp while they near completion of the ritual. We can't let that happen. Crush the ogres. Show them the strength of the horde. Catapult destruction. Did you see the catapults lined up on the way over here? Seems like ogres are planning to hurl who knows what at our camp. Good thing I came prepared. Cork gave me some of his explosives as a contingency plan. I was going to save them for some enemies back in Orgrimmar, but I suppose you should use them here instead. Blow up the catapults before they fire on our camp. Alright, we got 3 things to do. Oh, and also, checking the spellbook again, we have another ability, Slow Fall. We'll throw that down on the action bars. As you guys can see, I kind of like randomly place stuff around. There's no like right way. Like for example, Arcane Intellect. It lasts for 60 minutes, so it's not really something that you're going to be casting that much. Like we could move it over there, or you could put it here. Like there's no right spot. And I'm also holding shift every time to move something because I have it set that you can't move stuff just off the action bar unless you hold shift. Slow fall, we're not going to need that much, so you could put on the side. So basically what I'm getting at is you can kind of put your stuff wherever you find it kind of comfortable for you, just a good spot. I also haven't even checked where these ward stones are. Okay, just making sure. It's always a good idea to kind of like know roughly where stuff is because I could have already ran past one and not even known. Definitely would help if we had our mini-map. I'm still not sure. Is that actually just a thing? That is a thing in Exiles Reach, because I feel like that's really weird. Alright, so it looks like to get these stones, we gotta kill a couple of guys. We also got some wrists at some point. We're gonna equip those by right-clicking. Making our way to turn in these 3 quests. Hopefully we're almost there. I'm assuming we gotta be almost there. Good work. You didn't happen to save any of those explosives, did you? I didn't think so. Oh well, I have plenty of other ways to blow up my enemies. That should weaken the ogres long enough for us to put an end to their plotting. And some better gloves. We're gonna equip those right away too. Are we missing? What is next? Oh, the runes. Okay, so we're gonna disable the stones that are around him. These were the ward stones used to bind me. Perhaps even the ogres have heard tale of my strength. Thank you for the aid, but saving me will not stop the ogres. They already have enough life essence to complete the ritual. Level 10! Okay, that's exciting. So, as you can see, we got a dungeon coming up. Dungeon, Darkmaul Citadel. Gorgoth seeks to raise a powerful dragon, Ravnir, from the dead. He's collected enough life essence to attempt to finish the ritual, even if it means Ravnir will not be at her full strength. Gorgoth will not stop until he is slain. You must storm the citadel and slay Gorgoth before he can complete his ritual. I would charge him beside you were I not still recovering from his dark magic. Complete the dungeon, Darkmaul Citadel. Okay, so as you can see, we got a quest. Use the group finder to enter the dungeon, Darkmaul Citadel. So, we're going to go down here to Group Finder, and then we're going to be able to queue up. As you can see, we are a mage, so we're going to be damaged. We're not able to heal or tank or anything, so that's what we've selected, and we're going to find a group. And then we'll be paired up with some other players. I think it's real players. I don't think it's NPCs. I think it's actually other people, but we're gonna find out because I kind of forget. It's not real players. It doesn't look like it. It looks like it's just some NPCs, which makes sense. So this is kind of a little like dungeon scenario, giving us a little taste of what a dungeon would be like. As you can see, we have some of our allies here. They're kind of like our group members. Usually if you queue up for an actual dungeon, once we're out of this scenario in Exiles Reach, you would be paired up with actual real players. And you can also see, if we open up our map, you can see kind of the dungeon layout. I don't know for sure, but I think that why I remember doing this with real people is because I think that I was doing Exiles Reach with my husband and a friend. So I think that we were able to queue up together. So like we were playing with each other, so it was like real players. Okay, so we got a boss. As you can see on the side here, this is how real dungeons are set up too. It'll have like your list of bosses. As you work through them, it'll like check them off. And then as you can see, it's kind of demonstrating tank and healer. Oh, it wants us to use counterspell, but my bad. I didn't do it at the right time. But we have Warlord Brekka, and she is like our tank. And then we have Shurja, who is healing us. All right, we looted him. What did we get? a 12 slot bag.
Keep moving.
Looks like all of our bags are full. Okay, we're getting there to killing Gorgroth. Oh snap, we got the dragon, we got the guy. Oh, we got some undead guys. Where's my party? Oh, there we go. Okay, I think that we're ready. I don't know where my party is, but we're just gonna go for it. There they are.
Strike now.
Oh snap, he sacrificed himself
Completing the
to
ritual.
raise the dragon.
Stop him.
Did we stop him or is the dragon coming? Oh snap. Run behind her. Okay. Damn, Warlord. What's her name? Warlord Brekka was dying for a sec there. I don't think our healer's very good. Boom. Alright, what did we get? Darkmaul Ritual Stone, a trinket. So we're gonna open up our little spot. Trinkets go right over here, so we're gonna right click that to equip it. Speak with her to leave. Hold your head high in honor, exiled noob. We've slain a dragon and put an end to this mad ritual. I'll make sure those above me and the horde hear tales of our deeds on this day. Now let's get out of here and figure out a way off this island. Okay, let's see. I think we're going home now. We're gonna go to Orgrimmar. Victory for the Horde. It is time we return to Orgrimmar as heroes and conquerors. And we're gonna get a headpiece too. We're done here. Let's return to Orgrimmar. When you're ready, hop on one of those wyverns. It's time to go. Alright, we are gonna put this on. Look at that. That is bomb. Okay, let's hop on a wyvern. You will not be able to return to Exiles Reach. Are you ready to continue your adventure in the world of Azeroth? Yes. I guess that's if you want to explore some more, or maybe go look for some of the treasure that's been popping up with our Silver Dragon add-on, like this one right here. But I don't care. I don't want to go look for anything. I want out of here. Wow, we did it, you guys. I'm going to go over some stuff once we get to Orgrimmar. I'll kind of do a little introduction to the city. I won't go too deep into it, I don't think, because I should probably do like a separate video kind of talking about the city and the auction house and kind of how it works, like talking to guards for directions and everything. But I'll kind of at least try to give you guys like, okay, now that we're here in Orgrimmar, what next sort of vibe. As you can see, we are heading over on a little ride to Orgrimmar, although that's not even where Orgrimmar is. That was completely not marked on the right spot of the map.
Standing as a symbol of pride and resilience, it is here that its citizens gather to barter goods and muster their strength.
This guy sounds like
Their
Varian.
longtime rival, the Imperious Alliance, poses a relentless threat. But no foe can hope to stand against the fearless soldiers of the Horde. Though the Blood Elf homeland was nearly lost to tragedy and betrayal, your people have reclaimed your birthright and seek a brighter destiny.
Wow.
Azeroth faces countless threats. Bold heroes are needed to rise up and defend her. For the Horde!
Nice. Okay, so we're in Orgrimmar.
We won't rest
Warlord
until the
Brekka is here.
expedition has been found.
An end to beginnings. It's good to be back in Orgrimmar. I must report to the Warchief, but I know what you can do in the meantime. Okay, we got a robe. Let's put the robe on. I know my way around Orgrimmar. Skip the city tour and choose a time walking campaign. Let's go ahead and do the little welcome thing, because assuming if you're new, you'd probably want to. Welcome to Orgrimmar. The Warchief will be waiting for our mission report from Exiles Reach. I must deliver it at once. For now, Cork Fizzlepop will show you around the city. Orgrimmar has much to offer, so explore it as you see fit. I'll send for you once I've given my report to the Warchief. Okay.
Time is money, friend.
Hey, exiled noob, long time no see, am I right? Warlord Grimax asked me to show you the sights. Let's go.
Hey, get sleazy.
Finding your way. Orgrimmar is a big city, way too big to explore on foot. Warlord Grimax has arranged for you to receive a mount to help you get around. She said to speak with Rahaka at the stables, but I can't seem to remember the way there. Don't worry, exiled noob. All we need to do is ask a guard for directions. If you ever need help finding something, the city guards will show you where to go. Let's ask a nearby guard for directions to the stable master. Then we can be on our way. Alright, we got a little guard over here. What are you looking for? Stable master.
Well, what'd they say?
Okay, let's head to the stables.
Yeesh, that's far. Better stick close to me, kid.
Okay, yep. Oh, it is super far. Nice. Warlord Grimmax instructed me to give you a mount, but there is something we must do first. Warlord Grimmax told me you'd be coming to the stables to pick up your mount, but before you go charging into battle, you'll need to learn how to ride it first. Okay, speak with her when you're ready to learn. Or who are we speaking with? This guy. Okay. Okay, so it costs us 10 silver. You're able to learn to ride a mount now at level 10. It used to be level 40 in Classic that you would get your first mount. Then they made it level 20, and now it's level 10, so pretty early in the game. Okay, so we learned how to ride.
What can I do for you?
Okay, now that you've learned the basics, feel free to return anytime you want to advance your riding skills or purchase additional mounts. Boom. Okay, we're gonna get on that in a second. What's your specialty? Hey, exiled noob, have you decided on a combat specialization yet? Since you're a mage, you already know about the different classes available to adventurers, but did you know that there are also areas of specialization within each class? Choosing a specialization is an important decision. This sounds like my script. Your specialty determines your combat role in a party, as well as the kinds of weapons and abilities that you will use. Let's go speak with Phoenix Arkshine to learn more about specializations. So we are going to find our mount. If we go into our backpack, you'll see that we have our mount. I already know it because I already obviously have a lot of mounts in the game, so I can't learn how to use it. I'm going to go ahead and just delete it because you're able to do that by just picking it up with your left mouse and dragging it onto the screen somewhere and then typing delete. We literally just don't need it, so I may as well just get rid of it. Then we're going to go into collections, which you can open with Shift P or just by clicking on it there. And just for the hell of it, we will actually get on that mount. I obviously have a bunch of other ones that I could ride, but let's ride the one that they gave us. Okay. And then we're going to go and talk to a trainer to learn about our specializations. You could also just go into specializations here and you can see that you're able to pick, but let's actually see what all they have in store for us if we were a beginner. Yes, okay, tell me about specializations. There are 3 specializations available to mages: Arcane, Fire, and Frost. Arcane mages manipulate raw arcane magic to destroy enemies with overwhelming power. Fire mages focus on the pure essence of fire magic to assault enemies with combustive flames. Frost mages freeze enemies in their tracks, shattering them with frost magic. Activate a combat specialization. So we're going to go into specs and talents, or you can press N to open it. And let's see. I want to be I'm trying to decide what I haven't done in a while. I'm going to go with an arcane mage. I feel like I usually default to frost. Or do I want to do fire? Let's do arcane. Why not? It's purple, and purple is good. We got purple hair, so we'll do that.
Solid choice.
Okay. Boom. What's your specialty? Excellent choice. Feel free to test out your new abilities on the training dummies outside on the upper level of the building. I don't know about you, but I'm in the mood for some good old-fashioned recreation. Why don't we head over to the Wyvern's Tail and cool off with a few pints of Coba Cola. While we're there, speak with the innkeeper Nufa to make the Wyvern's Tail your new home. That way, if you ever find yourself stranded without a flight master nearby, you can use your Hearthstone to return to the inn. Not only is it faster than a wyvern, but you'll save yourself some dough in the process. Okay, let's go see an innkeeper. Talk to Nufa. Make this inn your home. So we're going to set this as our home. We'll say yes. There we go. Okay. As long as the Wyvern's Tail is your home, you can find a warm fire here when you return. Word from the Warchief. An urgent meeting. I've been looking for you all over Orgrimmar, exiled noob. Warlord Grimmax has delivered her mission report to the Warchief. The Horde has need of you once again. I was ordered to find you and deliver a message without delay. It has been an honor to fight alongside you, exiled noob. Loktar Ogar.
The Warchief awaits you in Gromash Hold.
Speak to Homeboy. What can we do? Does he need a drink or something?
Time is money, friend.
Oh, we're gonna get a teleport?
I always knew you'd
Oh.
make a name for yourself.
I got excited. I was like, is he gonna teleport me?
Will ya?
We got to say goodbye to our friend, and now we're gonna head on over to the Warchief in the Valley of Strength over here. So we're going back the way that we came, but this time on a mount, which is very nice. Okay. Sylvanas is our Warchief for this. This is good. Okay, the Warchief wishes to speak with you. Battle for Azeroth mission statement. The Warchief has requested to meet with you in person. Lady Sylvanas was impressed with the prowess and courage you displayed during our mission to Exiles Reach. Now that you've arrived, I will make the introduction. Awesome.
This is the recruit I spoke of.
It seems you have an eye for talent, Warlord Grimmax. Your skills come highly recommended. I will make use of them. To ensure our victory over the Alliance, the Horde must add strength to its ranks. Nathanos.
Ooh,
brief our
Nathanos.
new arrival
God, what an
on the
iconic
mission
time.
Of course, my queen. We will not disappoint you.
I am certain you won't. The lifeblood of Azeroth belongs to the Horde.
Okay. So, this is actually a super important part that I want to talk to you guys about. So right now, basically, if you were a beginner, you would have no idea. But basically at the beginning, when we first got to Orgrimmar, you know how they had the thing where you could skip it if you want and choose a Chromie Time campaign? But we didn't pick that. We picked the little tour, which most new players would probably do because they'd be like, hey, I'm new, I want the little tour. As you can see right now, we've been looped into this little quest line. And if you were a noob, you wouldn't know any better and you would just go on through with this. But basically, I have to make a separate video about Chromie Time, really going over it. But there's been a lot of expansions in World of Warcraft. There's Burning Crusade, Wrath of the Lich King, Cataclysm, Mists of Pandaria. There's a bunch of different expansions, and with each different expansion, there's a different zone that you can go quest in. Like, for example, Kalimdor and Eastern Kingdoms is kind of from like original classic vanilla WoW, but now they've put it in a Chromie Time, which is basically a certain timeline that you can pick. And to quest in Kalimdor and Eastern Kingdoms, you have to pick the Cataclysm timeline. And then to quest in Northrend, you have to pick the Wrath of the Lich King timeline. To quest in Pandaria, you have to select the Pandaria one. And then basically right now, what it's looping you into is the Battle for Azeroth timeline, which means it would send you to Zandalar for the Horde or Kultiris for the Alliance. And I personally do not like those zones very much. I didn't really enjoy the questing in BFA. It's not horrible, but basically what I'm getting at is they're forcing you into something that you wouldn't even know otherwise, and you'll be going to Zandalar and you'll just assume that that's just what it is, but there's actually a ton of other places that you can go. So for fun, I'm not going to do that quest right now. I'm going to go over it because I don't actually know what the experience is like for a new player like this. Like, let's just say if we just left, and over here up in this area, I think, is where the Chromie Time is. Let's go see if we can talk to her or how it works, so I can kind of go over that with you. And like I said, I want to do a separate video talking about Chromie Time specifically, but I think it's really important to address this in this video because you wouldn't know otherwise. So, for the Horde, Chromie is over here. She is a bronze dragon. She's a pretty popular lore character, and she basically can like choose different timelines because the bronze dragons are associated with time. So we're going to talk to her. Okay. If you're here to ask me about time walking, I'm afraid you'll need to become more familiar with the present before you can visit the past. Okay, so maybe once we finish this, I just didn't want to get locked into anything, but it looks like maybe once we finish this and kind of get started with this quest line that we might be able to back out of it. But it would be interesting to know. I would be really mad if they actually like lock you into doing Battle for Azeroth as a new player. I don't think that that's the case, but let's go back and find out.
for the dark.
Let's see. Oh, okay, let's see.
Horde.
I
No one behind.
have received my orders. I
For the
must
Horde,
go.
Glory awaits you on the battlefield.
Okay, so we're kind of saying bye to her. I'm trying to find out at what point you can get out of it, or if you're gonna be stuck. I don't want to do this. Why would they do that? Like, can I go now? I'm doing all this because I really want to know. Like, at what point are you allowed to? Okay, nope, still can't. Wow, I feel like that's really crazy. So we have to get on this wyvern and we have to go there. I'm assuming at some point we should be able to like hearth back to Orgrimmar and just moving that around. That is so crazy. I feel like this is an awful experience for a beginner. Like, I know that they have the option to skip the tour and to skip to the time walking, but if you were a noob, you would obviously probably want to do the tour, and then they trap you. It's kind of like the same thing with how if you're on a new account with a new character, you have to go to Exiles Reach. It's like, I don't like being forced to do something. I feel like that's not fair to new players. I'm going to skip this cinematic just because. You guys can watch it if you want. Like, are we really just going to battle for Azeroth? Is that real? Is that really real? Okay, let's see. The Dark Lady has placed her trust in us. We will not fail her. Like, can I go back now? Are we good to go back now? Ride with Princess Talanji. Oh. I really don't want to, but I'm going to. This is stupid. This is very, very stupid. I really don't like that. I kind of want to go back to Orgrimmar now and just hearth and find out, but I don't want to have to do this again. I'm gonna do it. I literally don't care. I'm actually curious. Like, does it actually make you do that quest? Look, she's like, where are you going? Where are you going? I need to know. Like, I just actually need to know, just from like, do they really force you to do X amount of quests before you're allowed to go back? Which would mean, first of all, a noob probably doesn't even know that Chromie Time exists. But even if they did, are you really locking them out of that? I feel like that's really not okay. Like, that's not good. Okay, no, it looks like it's here now. Chromie Time Walking Campaign. Okay, so the fact that it's up on our map is a good sign. But yeah, it really does seem like, since they wanted you, when you do the tour, they wanted you to go and like meet the Warchief. And then a part of meeting the Warchief is being assigned a quest to go somewhere. So now that we went to that place, I think that we were able to kind of just stop and go and choose something else. But God, I just think that that's crazy because literally, I know I just said this, but like literally, if you were a new player and did the tour, you would just go there and think that that's just the game and that that's just how it is. And your entire questing experience, see how it says from level 10 to 60? If you did not know better, you would think that this was World of Warcraft. Like, wow, okay, this place is what it is, you know? And that's really weird. I feel like that's crazy. I do not like that at all. Okay, Chromie Time, select a timeline. Okay. Wherever you want to go, I can help you get there. Time works in mysterious ways, but you don't look like a stranger to mystery. Okay, so here it is. I'm not going to go like super over it because I want to make a separate video specifically about Chromie Time, but as you can see, the Cataclysm will allow you to quest in Kalimdor and Eastern Kingdoms. Outland will take you to Outland. Lich King will take you to Northrend, Pandaria to Pandaria, Draenor to Draenor. Legion will take you to the Broken Isles, and Shadowlands will take you to the Shadowlands zones. So as you can see, you can pick a timeline that you want to quest in. You're allowed to switch whenever you want. Like, say if you chose the Outland one, and if you quested to level 20, you could come back to Orgrimmar or to Stormwind if you're Alliance and switch again. Like, you can switch as many times as you want. So yeah, you can basically choose a timeline, and what that does is it syncs that zone to your level. It syncs you up with a certain timeline and like aligns you to be able to do those quests. But yeah, that's pretty much, I think that that's pretty much everything that I wanted to touch on real quick. I'm glad that I was able to kind of sort that out. Like, you don't have to do that if you don't want to. You have options. You can go wherever you want to go. And yeah, I hope that you guys enjoyed playing through with me. I know that this is probably a super long video. I'm at like an hour and 40 minutes of recording time, so I'm going to edit this all down. I'll try to speed up certain parts and hopefully, you know, we can kind of go through the questing super quick so it's not like full on, like real time, like an hour long video. But overall, I hope that you guys enjoyed it. Thank you for playing with me. I hope that this was helpful. If you have any questions at all, let me know. And yeah, I guess this was kind of a random bonus video. I wasn't really planning to go through Exiles Reach because I hate it, but I guess it makes sense that I would have to do it because I mean, that is potentially an experience that a new player could have. And I'm here to help the new players, so I'm glad that I was able to do this. And yeah, so we'll count this as, I guess, episode 4 of my beginner's guide series, and can't wait for the next one. And I'll see you guys then. Hope you have an awesome day. Bye, guys.